Yeah, I think the world has changed a lot. It's no longer typically your have versus have not countries, your developed versus your developing countries, first world versus third world countries. You now have a number of strong developing countries, industrializing countries from the south, China, India, Brazil, Mexico, and others. And I think from an African point of view, South Africa, and they feel that even though they still enjoy some elements of development or developing pockets within their society, that they are in need of development and development assistance, they would like to engage industrialized powers on equal footing. They're making the strong case for equal partnership based on mutual accountability and mutual responsibility, where both sides account to each other. So the old paradigms of paternalism, some being recipients and some being given, I think being givers, I think those paradigms are being challenged. But to suggest that the world is very close to development models that would work for it, I think it's a far cry. I think we're far from it. We need a lot of debate, and sometimes I just feel that there are elements of trust that are often missing in the debates and the dialogues, and then the partners don't really find each other.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, over the last couple of days, we've had some very interesting discussions here at the ECDPM office with a number of representatives of civil society from South Africa. What do you see as the role or the entry point for civil society in development cooperation, and what is their value added, especially with the upcoming negotiations on the post-2015 framework, and what role they could play there?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, first of all, that those in charge of the debate, governmental actors, international organizations, they have often treated civil society actors as irritants, as visitors, as bid players. I think civil society, on the other hand, didn't really knock on the door hard enough to stake a claim. I think they have a very important role to play. First and foremost, they can be honest brokers. They should make the case for themselves. They can be not so much gatekeepers, but they can certainly play important roles in bolstering development. They can help to keep governments account. They can keep their own governments account. They can help to keep governments in other countries and societies account. But above all else, once the global compacts have been reached, so anticipate that just under a year from now, there will be a new global compact, the post-2015 agenda to replace the Millennium Development Goals. I think civil society should learn from the past decade and what went wrong with the MDGs. I don't think you needed to be a rocket scientist to figure out that we would have a debate one day about why the MDGs were not being fulfilled. And I think civil society should become better at collaborating with each other, form linkages and partnerships across boundaries and borders in order to hold governments' feet to the fire, to live up to the commitments they made, their own governments, in response to obligations towards others, as well as external governments, and just remind them about the common good. I suppose civil society is also there to remind states that it's not all about interests, but it's also about humanity and what's in the common good of humanity.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time today.
Great stuff.